we do the same that we do on the high time frame, which is split the range into two zones. We do the same now here because we want to find a entry point. We want to, since we are shorting, we are selling, so we want to sell expensive, which is the red zone, and we don't want to sell green, which is cheap. But there is small portion of this order block is in the red zone. So what we can do, if we really want to get an entry, okay, I actually have it here already. Just put our orders here. So we end up in the red zone, just very like pretty much the equilibrium. Put our stop loss here. And now for targets, I mean, I think this was the part that you didn't hear. I was saying that if you go back to our starting point, we are still in a very deep downtrend, and we still expect that this low is going to get taken out at some point. So all we are doing here right now is we are just looking for a good short entry to take out this low. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So this would actually, like, obviously it would be greedy, but as we talked about yesterday, it's not a bad idea to be greedy when we are in the red zone area, in the downswing area. We want to be very careful with our longs, and we want to be greedy with the shorts. So this is actually a decent spot to be pretty greedy. To go back on low time frame now. What I would do now is, okay, this is actually not the worst entry point, but you can also, for example, see that we have a pretty big fair value gap here. Usually, I told you I use the green lines, but for this sake, I'm gonna use a blue box. So there's one on the 3 minute. Let's check the 5 minute. There's there's also one here. Let's go even, and the higher the time frame, the better the more value the fair value gap gets. So this is also good to know. I'd say this is a pretty clean one. Like this is very. I think this is a pretty good zone. This one is not complete because we are missing another candle, but here's a wick. So I would just go. Yeah, let's just try to get the perfect entry. We bid this level. Like this is the fair value gap from here to here. So we take the low. Some people use the equilibrium. I would say this is a little bit greedy now. And it also gets too complex. So let's just say you look for the first obvious point of interest or drawn liquidity inside of the red range because we are selling. We put our limits here. So we take the green, like this. Stop loss obviously here. And we look for targets lower. So one target, and I would definitely keep at least a small portion of my position of my short. I would keep it all the way to the low, because this is actually what we are like expecting at the end of the day. We expect that this low gets taken out at some point. So I mean, the management of the position is something that is a topic for another session, how we manage. But in general, I would really expect now, it would be really like a surprise to me if we don't at least take out one of these wicks. So this is what I'm actually expecting here. So I'm just going to take also a small time frame trade here. Let's just be conservative, just for the sake of the session. So this is our sell side liquidity, the very obvious wick. Of course, there's one wick here, one here, blah blah blah. But this is the one where most of the people will have their stop loss. So the same concept is we take out the high here to collect the stop losses here. We collect the liquidity, we go lower. So this is as I said, the obvious target. So let's just see how it plays out. First of all, we want to get filled. We are not in the, okay. Are we in the position here? Yeah, we look, and this is, again, this is not pre-planned, and I don't know if it's going to be the absolute perfect entry, and we just go dump from here. We can also go higher, but at least you can just look at the reaction of the candle. So we have our entry, we have our limit here. I've never seen this example, and we get filled to the absolute tick. You see, this is our, like, we have our limits here. And when our limit gets hit, we just get an instant bearish reaction, like a wick. Okay? Okay. So this means that there's definitely something here. Like, it's not, as I said, we can go higher. It's definitely possible. We can also lose this trade. But just the fact that we planned this entry now for, I don't know, like half an hour, and we see price comes to this level and instantly shows us a reaction. So at least we can be pretty certain that we are onto something here. It's not like complete garbage what we are doing here, because the price is showing us that there's maybe algorithms, maybe other traders, maybe I don't know what else there is, but there's definitely some confluence here, because otherwise we wouldn't get this bearish reaction. So let's see how it continues. Okay, we get a pretty, okay, a little choppy. Go higher, we fill out the blue box. That was our the other point of interest that we marked down. And now we have like, okay, this is actually a pretty good candle to add some confluence to our idea, because we have a pretty big engulfing candle here. So we have a bullish candle up, and then we get a sweep of the high, and we get a very big reaction downward. So we consume the complete body and the wick of this green candle, although it's only on the 3 minutes, so it's not like the super most important candle. Obviously, it's very low time frame, but it's still a reaction that we want to see if we want to short here. Like what we don't want to see is price just noodle here and just stay here for like minutes and minutes, maybe hours. And this is a moment where I would say, okay, maybe we should exit the position, because we don't have any, like, this should be a level that the sellers actually step in and push the price lower. So what are we seeing here? Sellers stepping in, small bounce, sellers stepping in. And our risk to reward is 5, which is actually really, really good. Like one of my rules is that I try to make 10R every week. So 10. If I win this trade on a Monday, I just need one more, and I have my week is pretty much perfect. I can do whatever I want. I can go to the swimming pool. I can go to the beach party. I don't care. I have my weekly go. Doesn't mean I stop trading. It just means that I have like zero pressure. I can do whatever I want. So 5R is actually amazing. So let's see if we get it or if we get stopped. Okay, so we actually got both.
So basically, it's still going to the lower part of the zone. So you see where it bounces twice. Where you have one.
This?
One. No, up. You see it else here.
Here. Yeah.
It bounced twice, 3 times. How many times?
This is also another sign that we want to see, because I mean sometimes I think that people think that I treat them as idiots, but it's really that simple. Like if this level here gives us a bounce on the first, like we come lower and we have a bounce here. This means that there's somebody who's trying to push the price higher. There's somebody who has their limit orders here, because otherwise price wouldn't bounce up. Okay, of course there could also be market orders, but in general, I would expect somebody to at least try to hold this level. So we can already mark out like the wicks, for example, maybe also the lowest of the candles. So this is a level that somebody tried to protect. Doesn't matter what it is, if it's limit orders or market orders, somebody was buying here. Then we broke through.
Basically, it looks like swing failure pattern. Okay, but if we go, was it confirmed? Okay, but it wasn't confirmed totally, but it's okay.
Oh, yeah. It might be on the higher time frame. Totally.
On higher time frame, probably it will be confirmed.
Probably, yeah. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's a swing failure pattern or if it's just a support resistance flip. Like I remember your Bitcoin chart that we started with, you had a lot of these boxes, right, on a daily chart.
Yeah.
And this is pretty much the same thing now on the 3 minute. So there's just a box. It was support here. We bounced. We broke through. Now we tried 1, 2, 3 candles. Again, 5, 6, 7, 8, something like 8 candles. We tried to reclaim the level. But now, since we broke through, there was like so many sellers they were stronger here. The sellers were stronger all this way. So why would there be any buyer here now? The buyers got defeated already. So it's very, we want to see this level now flip to resistance. Right?
Yeah.
Because it's the only thing that makes sense. Like if buyers get killed here, they shouldn't appear all of a sudden and just push the price up. If that happens, then it's a warning sign for us, and we are on the right side of the trade. So this is it's actually a good observation by you. It's a very clean support resistance flip. Of course, it's a 3 minutes, so I wouldn't put too much value in it in real time. But now it's added confluence. Yeah, totally.